Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Research Center Integration Islam and Science. For this time, we will discuss about the one phenomena in the Holy Quran, especially in Surah Al Ankabut, verse 45. For our discussion today, we give the title Our Discussion Using Spatial Analysis to Clarify Surah Al Ankabut verse 45. Okay, let's our listen the Quran, especially Surah Al Ankabut verse 45. Okay, let's our listen.
أتل ما أوحي إليك من الكتاب وأقم الصلاة إن الصلاة تنهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون.
Sadaqallahul Azim. After we listen the Surah Al Ankabut verse 45, now let's we check the translation of the surah. In this surah, we can check the translation. There is the main issue in the surah. Allah has said prayer prohibits immorality and wrongdoing. So, in our discussion today, we will use the one theory in statistics. We call that spatial analysis. For this discussion, we try to use the data, the number of done prayer in the mosque, and then we use the data, the number of crime. Okay, we have known in the spatial analysis, we need the data with the location of the data, like latitude and longitude. So you can check in the table one, the number of the congregational subuh prayer or dawn prayer participant is most in Pekanbaru. And then the table 2, the number of crimes in Pekanbaru. This table give in the first table give the mean of the participant dawn prayer and give the location such as latitude and longitude. And in the table, the second table, give the crime number and of course the location like latitude and longitude. In this theory, we will try to prove the increasing the number of participant dawn prayer will cause the decreasing the number of crime in Pekanbaru. So that why we need the ones suffer in our discussion today. We call that sulfur software. The sulfur software can make the mapping of the number of participant dawn prayer in Pekanbaru, and this server can produce the mapping of crime the mapping of the number crime in Pekanbaru. We use the kriging technique for the interpolation data. We have known the kriging technique can give the value in the one area based on the value around in the one's area. So it means in the one area, if we don't have the value, for example, the value of the number of participants on prayer, we can find this value based on the value, the number of participants around that area. So we call that is the Kriging theory, interpolation data. So after we use the solver software and then use the Kriging techniques, we can check here. There is the two contrast mapping here. You can check in the figure 1 is the mapping of the participant done prayer in Pekanbaru, and the figure 2, the mapping of the number crime in the Pekanbaru. So you can check here. The yellow one, it means the smallest numbers. And the green one is highest numbers. You can check here, there are the two contrast mapping here. For example, there is the small area in the middle of the Pekanbaru area. Is have the green colors. Green color, it means in the figure 1 is the highest the number of participants in the dawn prayer. And it's very contrast with the figure 2, have the yellow color in the middle Pekanbaru. The yellow is the smallest for the number of crime. So, in our discussion today, we have success to prove the main issue in the Al Ankabut, the first 45, the prayer prohibits the immorality and then wrongdoing. It means in our discussion today, we can prove the increasing the number of participants on prayer will cause the decreasing number of the crime in the Pekanbaru. You can check in the if in the figure 1 have the yellow color, it means the smallest the number of participants dawn prayer in Pekanbaru will cause the highest number of crime. You can check from the figure 2, the green one, it means the highest numbers crime in Pekanbaru. So we can take the conclusion when we are trying to make the comparison in the figure 1 and the figure 2, there are two contrast mapping here. So it means in our discussion today, we can take the one conclusion, the increasing the number of participants dawn prayer will cause the decreasing the number of crime in the Pekanbaru. So, in this discussion, we are success to make clarify the one phenomena in the Surah Al Ankabut verse 45. I think that we are success to prove that the friar prohibits immorality and wrongdoings. Radu Yendra, Research Center Integration Islam and Science. See you again. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.